it's getting interesting here. A lot of traffic weaving through. Almost hit that truck. Welcome everybody as you join us live on abc7.com and our 24/7 streaming channels. Chris Christie up in Air 7 over a wild chase here. This is going to be out of the San Fernando Valley. LAPD Van Nuys units chasing this stolen Alfa Romeo out of the San Fernando Valley down the 101 freeway in through Hollywood, now coming up on downtown LA. A busy night on the 101 freeway southbound. This suspect now weaving through some pretty heavy traffic here. A few fake outs showing as he's maybe thinking about getting off the freeway and then swerves all the way back over to the left. Look, he's just trying to get through anybody in his way here. He's come almost in contact with a few cars here. Very few, a few very close calls, I should say. But I don't think he's actually hit or struck anybody just yet. But the way he's driving, starting to really push the pedal to the metal and really ramp things up. They were watching him from a distance for a short time, and just a few moments ago, they have re-engaged this pursuit. And as they have, the night sun is on, the lights and sirens are blaring, and his speeds are picking up dramatically here with heavy traffic in front of him. There's no room for them to create a traffic break here, and he is swerving all over the southbound side of the 101 freeway, now in downtown LA, coming up on Broadway. Again, using all three lanes at his disposal here. Any gap, he is pushing right through, showing some real signs of desperation here. LAPD trying to keep up with him. They have given the go-ahead for multiple tactics here, but right now those tactics are taking a back seat as he is now in the middle of the freeway, getting off the freeway now at Main Street, getting off the 101 freeway, coming up on a red light at Main Street here, coming around traffic, making a turn, a right turn with the light here, and now those units are off the freeway with him, southbound Los Angeles Street, making a U-turn, probably going to get back on the freeway, going northbound on Los Angeles Street, probably, my bet, getting back on the 101 freeway. Or he'll go through it, going through it. Over the overpass, over the 101 freeway, northbound Los Angeles, in Chinatown. This chase continuing now as he kind of meanders through Chinatown. It looks like he's found an on-ramp here. This is going to put him on the southbound side, or northbound 101. Northbound 101, I think, is it? I think it is. A northbound ramp onto the 101 freeway. Northbound 101, this chase is now back on the freeway. All of those LAPD units, a full pursuit package, hot on his tail, on the 101 freeway now, and more units joining the pursuit. Full speed ahead. Look at this. Same thing. Same driving northbound with a lot of heavy traffic in his way. Over the Gore Point, getting off here. Getting off a wild turn there. He's getting off of the 101 freeway. This is going to be, I think, the 4 level. Yeah, he's at the 4 level. Northbound 10. No, northbound 110, excuse me. Northbound 110 freeway. Stolen Alfa Romeo now traveling northbound on the 110 freeway. LAPD continuing this hot pursuit through downtown up towards Dodger Stadium with a lot of traffic on a Thursday night. Doing about 80, 90 miles per hour with a whole lot of cars in his way, jamming on the brakes here and continuing to weave through. They may very well put this pursuit back in surveillance mode and just track him from the helicopter if this driving continues as dangerously as it is. Right now, though, they are continuing to keep up with this suspect, doing a fabulous job despite the many obstacles. A lot of innocent motorists in this pursuit as this driver is just desperate to squeeze through every car on the freeway, just looking for any gap to try and evade those officers as he travels northbound through the tunnels on the 110 freeway. LAPD's airship closely watching right overhead. Committed to the 110 now, past the 5 freeway. Bypassing the 5, getting off at Figueroa Street with traffic in his way. Those units right underneath the 5 freeway there. That's the 5 freeway going through the screen here. And the suspect coming up on, I think he's got a green light, making the right turn, northbound Fig at a green light. Will he make the U-turn here? Yes, he will. Southbound Fig, a wild turn back onto the freeway. This should put him back onto, let me get my bearings here. He's going to be back on the southbound side, southbound on the 110 freeway. That was a transition, putting him back on the southbound 110, continuing to push. I mean, he's really flooring it through a lot of cars here, a lot of traffic in his way. He's just swerving right around everybody at speeds in excess of 90 miles per hour in Elysian Park, continuing southbound towards downtown LA. We'll see if he stays on the 110 or continues this cat and mouse game on and off the freeway. He's made a lot of really random moves here, really sends the impression that he doesn't really know where he wants to go. Whether he is familiar with the area, that's a whole other question, but certainly seems to be indecisive about a final destination here, and he is continuing now southbound on the 110 freeway, swerving around everybody as those LAPD units continue to apply pressure here with lights and sirens, falling back a little bit, but still in pursuit. We'll go ahead wide now and see if we can see, just don't lose them, but just see how far back they have fallen. They've fallen back considerably now. All right, LAPD trying to make their way through traffic safely while this guy is just basically putting some distance, putting some real distance between him and those officers, but there is a full pursuit package just about a quarter mile back trying to catch up with this suspect as he travels at high speeds through downtown LA with nobody behind him. So it is the helicopter who is calling out the location right now. He is the only one, and Air 7, of course, with eyes on that suspect. Those ground units have fallen back, but they are still trying to catch up. This is still a hot pursuit, and this guy is really desperate to get away. Continuing now to, he's actually in downtown. He's off the freeway now. He's going to be on 6th Street, on 6th. Well, this is where a lot of dangerous pursuits come to die, as the pros tend to know that between the buildings and the parking garages, there are plenty of hiding spots, and it is much more difficult for law enforcement and everybody involved to keep eyes on the suspect as he travels past the U.S. Bank building there and continuing along 6th Street, getting off here. Where's this going to take him? This is going to put him underground. This tunnel comes out on the other side. Let's go ahead and come out the other side of that building. He's going to come out on the other side of this group of buildings. It's about a 2-block tunnel. Unless that was that the parking? That might have been the parking structure. That's a parking structure, actually. That's a parking structure underneath that building. So they are going to be able to lock down this neighborhood pretty quickly here, I would imagine. You know what, Josh, I think let's stay on the other side in case he comes out. I don't know if there's an exit on this side, but I imagine if he comes out, it'll be on the front of the building or on the 6th Street side. So I doubt he's going to come out. In all likelihood, this pursuit is going to be this guy's going to be a goner. He's going to dump that vehicle in that parking garage and most likely abandon the vehicle. We'll see what happens here, but that's my guess. Let's see. There are units down there. They're going to lock down that building. They're going to have to cover all of those exits right now. Not enough manpower in place to do that, but there is a high likelihood that they will probably find that vehicle underground. Now, there are, likely cameras under there, and All right, that's the same entrance that he went down. They're following him down there. There are other exits, though, that are uncovered, so there's potential for him to get away here. But they may be relying on the building security and whatever cameras are available to find that suspect. A lot more units pulling in here. They are going to surround this building. I don't think he's had quite enough time to vacate the premises, and so I imagine there is going to be a flood of LAPD black and whites in that parking garage. I'm not sure how many levels are down there, but we'll see. We'll see what they come up with here. And it looks like this is now going to turn into an extended manhunt underneath this building. They've got tools that they could use to track down this suspect. I don't think he's had time to completely get away, but it does look like this pursuit has come to an end. Thankfully, nobody hurt in that one, but there were a lot of close calls and some really dangerous driving during the course of that pursuit. Fortunately, it was mostly on the freeway. Again, this all started in the San Fernando Valley. A stolen Alfa Romeo on the run from LAPD, ending underneath a high-rise here in downtown LA. And this, again, will turn into a manhunt until they find that suspect. Again, that will likely do it for our coverage from up here in Air 7 for the time being. But for now, I'm Chris Christie up in Air 7 for the very latest on this pursuit. Tune into Eyewitness News at 11 o'clock.